Hi guys, it's Rachel here today, and I will be sharing a cute little recipe with you on how to make Earl Grey Teabag Cookies. These shortbread cookies are so buttery and delicious, and the use of real Earl Grey tea leaves adds a lot of flavor to the cookies as well. Okay, so let's get started. Here's a general overview of the ingredients you'll need to make the cookies. In a food processor, go ahead and combine 2 cups of flour, with a half teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of loose Earl Grey tea leaves. These cookies have a heavy Earl Grey taste, so if you don't like a lot of Earl Grey flavor in your cookies, I would put a little less than 2 tablespoons. But then go ahead and pulse all those ingredients together until you see little bits of Earl Grey evenly distributed throughout the flour and salt. Then add in 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Add in 2 sticks of butter at room temperature, and I chopped up the butter so that it would be easier to kind of pulse together. I had to add the butter in several rounds because my food processor would keep getting jammed because it did not have enough space to hold all that flour and sugar and everything together, so I had to do a couple rotations with the butter, but it kind of worked out at the end, so do what works for you. So once the dough has formed, go ahead and scoop out the dough and place it onto a piece of saran wrap, and then wrap up your dough and refrigerate it for about half an hour. So once it's been half an hour, go ahead and prepare a space for you to roll out your cookie dough or your shortbread dough. So just make sure you have a floured surface. I'm just using parchment paper, and I rolled out the dough to about 1/4 inch thick. For the tea bag mold, I basically printed out a outline picture clip art of a tea bag online, and I'll leave that in the description box below. And I just cut it out and I backed it with some cardboard so that it would be like a thick sort of mold slash cookie cutter type thing. And then I took a knife and ran that around the edges of the dough just to form the tea bag shape. And to add another dimension of realism to the tea bags, I used a straw to punch out a little hole at the top of each tea bag. So sometimes when you stick the straw into the cookie, the dough doesn't come out with it, so I just used a toothpick to kind of like pick out that area of dough that didn't really get sucked up with the straw. So bake the cookies at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes or until the edges are lightly browned. In a double boiler, go ahead and heat up about 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, or any kind of chocolate you have in your home. Once the chocolate's melted, go ahead and pour it into a tall glass or a tall cup or container of some sort, and add about a tablespoon of canola oil and stir that in very well. So now dip your cookies once they're cooled about halfway into the chocolate, and then let the excess kind of drip off, and then set it onto a piece of parchment paper to dry and cool down. Repeat this process for all of your cookies, and then refrigerate them briefly before serving. I enjoyed my Earl Grey Teabag Cookies with a cup of hot Earl Grey tea, and I can't stress enough how good these cookies taste. They are really incredible, and if you like tea, this is perfect for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned next week for an all-new video.